Test, test, test. Test, test, test. There you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
You going, sir?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Doing good, sir. Just got off work, so
All
that's
right.
good. To...
Little tired?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, cool, man. All right, perfect. So, I'm Demar, by the way. I worked with your
Adrian,
dad
sir.
for a bit. Nice to meet you,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Um, okay, cool. So this is how we'll start it off. First, we're going to talk about appearance. Okay. So I
Okay.
look in your background. Your background looks good, nice and plain. Looks like your computer. Are you on a laptop?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I would just try to elevate your laptop a little bit more. Like my laptop's sitting on a bookshelf, or I'm sorry, like a shoe case. But if it's a little bit higher, eye level, and what that does is it
Got
kind of shows your posture a little bit more. You know what I mean?
it. Okay.
So how you look right now is fine. For our first time meeting up, I would just recommend that in the future, if you're ever going to do anything fire department related, make sure you wear a suit and
Mm-hmm.
tie. You know,
Sure, sir.
you'll be good to go. Hair is nice and short, nice and shaved, so everything else is fine. All right, cool.
Sure,
So
sir.
I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. And then after the question, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it. Okay. See how we can change it, make it better, or just leave it where it is.
Yes, sir. That's good.
Okay. So through your education, experience, and training, what have you done to prepare yourself to be a firefighter for the city of Los Angeles?
First, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity, sir, for giving me a chance to show you why I'd be the right fit for the position of a firefighter for the city of Los Angeles. I want to say, hello, my name is Adrian Puga. I'm 20 years old, and I currently reside in Pasadena, California. I would like to join the Los Angeles City Fire Department because the Los Angeles City Fire Department is the best fire department in the whole world with excellent employment opportunities. Being the busiest fire department of the West Coast, it provides a vast amount of services such as fire prevention, fire suppression, and EMS operations. Without a doubt, my training, education, and experiences have helped prepare me to serve the citizens of Los Angeles. For my training, been a part of the LAFD cadet program since 2019, still a part of the program today. I graduated from the Rio Hondo Fire Academy where I received my Firefighter 1, and I'm currently on track to receive my Firefighter 2. I have training in structured defense, hazmat operations, wildland firefighting, and firefighter survival. I'm also a regular participant of the LAFD CAPS program. For my education, I graduated from LaSalle College Preparatory in 2020, where I was a student athlete. Currently enrolled in the Rio Hondo Community College, and I'm on track to receive an associate's degree in fire technology. Soon after, I plan to enroll into a paramedic program, and later down the road, I plan to looking into switch into a 4-year university where I can receive a bachelor's degree. For my experience, I've been an LAFD cadet since 2019. I have learned the day-to-day life of an LAFD probationary firefighter. I've given proficiency drills, exercises, use tools, and utilize the chain of command. I also, for my current employment at McCormick Ambulance, I've worked alongside firefighters to serve the community and respond to emergency responses. Furthermore, being first on scene on numerous incidents, that allows me to be incident commander on certain scenes where I'm the sole emergency care provider to a patient. Yeah, I know that the LAFD, 80% of the responses are EMS, so it's good to have that experience. Also a member of Crew 3. Crew 3 has given me has expanded my wildland fire knowledge and helped me become more versatile and useful to any firefighting team. Without a doubt, my dedication and hard work has led me to this point. I am ready to take on the responsibilities of an LAFD firefighter, and I hope to serve the community if I can be a part of it.
Thank you. I'm ready for any questions you may have at this time.
Sir, thank you. I'm ready for any questions you may have at this time.
Good, man. That was outstanding, bro. So I could tell you've been practicing. It was well organized, very well put together. Just two things I recommend is in the beginning, you want to say thank you. You know, you kind of what you did, and at the end, you say thank you as well. It just shows how grateful you are to be in the position that you're in, and I know you're grateful. So just express that to them. Another thing that I would add to your whole thing to really kind of capture things is always like if I don't know you, so I don't know if you're a smiley person or not, but if you start with a smile, I as a person looking to employ someone, I know that when you show up to my house in the middle of the night, you're gonna have a smile. You're gonna provide excellent customer service. Okay. So I would always, even if you don't like smiling, just start the interview, no matter if it's LA City or for whatever job you go for, just start with a smile. Okay. Just make it up. Also, like you have a lot of great things. Like so you have Crew 3, you're an explorer. So I think what separates you from everybody else is you really understand the LAFD. You understand the culture. You understand how we train as if our life depends on it because it does. Okay, so I would definitely add that in there to kind of separate you from everyone else.
Got it.
Other than that, it was absolutely don't change the thing. Just work on. You had a couple points where you stumbled just a little bit. You stuttered. I think you even yawned. You even yawned like when you first got started. That was kind of weird, but try not to yawn when you're doing this.
Yes, sir.
But that was good, Adrian. Good, man. Okay, cool. Let's move on. I want you to tell me about a time that you've experienced diversity, what the situation was, and what came of it.
Yes, sir. A time where I experienced diversity would be on Crew 3. We joining Crew 3, we're a volunteer type 2 hand crew where we respond to incidents. Joining Crew 3 being my first year, going on to my second, I have met different people. One of the guys being there, his name is Kang. He is from Korean descent, and he has a language barrier, which kind of talks to us. English being his second language, he struggles sometimes with the language, and that's kind of the main language that we use in Crew 3. So there's a lot of times where he's constantly asking, what do these words mean? And how he could learn other words so he could be more included into the conversation. And joining Crew 3, I never expected to experience it, but I know that being a part of Los Angeles City, being the most diverse city in the world almost, that we're going to be responding to people of different races, culture, age, and that it's very important to acknowledge that we all are different and we all have to come together and join together as a team and to serve the community together. Whether there's a language barrier, we use what we have and we make the best out of it.
Okay, cool. Um, so typically I tell people to stay away from like a particular category, whether it's black, white, Korean, um, gender. Always tell people to keep it like extremely broad. But in this
Okay.
case, the way you presented that was not bad. Okay, so the only thing that you really have to tie it in with is like, okay, there's a language barrier, but how do you overcome the challenges of that barrier? You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, sir.
So I know how you're going to overcome them once I hire you, right?
Mhm.
So first you want to start with um, like some statistics, just like you did in your opening. You said, 80% medical. You said something else, which was really good. But if you want to really hit home, is I understand that diversity is our strength. So that's how you start this question. Okay, diversity is our strength. My entire life, I went to school, I played sports, and I've worked with people of different ethnicities, backgrounds, and different walks of life. So now you see how I just took everyone and I put them in my life. So now
Yeah.
going forward, I already know whatever you say, I know that you've been intermixed with all kinds of people already. So
Mhm.
the way when you use King for the excuse, or not excuse, sorry, when you use King for your example,
Seriously.
um, I understand it a little bit more. So, as a member from Crew Three, there's a person who speaks a different language. This person actually speaks Korean, and he doesn't really understand a lot of things that we do. So we take a little bit of extra time, and we use technology to our advantage. And we use, let's just say, you use the app, right? We use the app so this person can, um, better partake in the conversations. Not only that, he has taught me a lot. He's taught me a couple of things in Korean. Like for example, "Amaseo," that means good morning, or "Apo" means pain. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna say these kind of things, have
Mhm.
some kind of backing, or else I'm like, "Oh yeah, what did he teach you?" And then
Mhm.
you're like, I'm just kidding because I'm lying, right?" So I'm sure you've learned things from him, and make sure that you share those experiences, how you guys have helped each other. And
Mhm.
it's actually brought you together as a team, right?
Right.
It's made the entire crew a little bit tighter. And I understand your bridge was good. As a firefighter for the city of Los Angeles, we're going to respond to different communities and different cultures with different beliefs. And it's my job to make sure that I respect all of these things, just as I respect every member from crew three, provide exceptional customer service in a professional manner.
Got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So your example is really good. You just have to kind of tie those things in there to kind of make it really solid. Like, man, that was outstanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. But remember, for everything you say, and LA City interviews are pretty easy, right? But I want you to be prepared for whatever. It may take 2 years for them to call you. You may have other applications in with other departments, and if you get to an interview, they're a little bit harder. Okay, so they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, what did that guy teach you?" And if you don't have nothing or you don't have any background to whatever you're saying, they're gonna call you out on it, and you're gonna be busted, right?
Right.
So, and I'm only sharing these experiences with you because I've been through this stuff.
Mhm.
I've tried to like embellish the truth a little bit in my interviews, and they definitely called me out, and it ain't good. So just take that with you. All right,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
cool. So, what if I asked you after you're done with that question? What if I said, "Hey, how do you like working for Crew 3?"
Crew Three is a great way for me to serve the city of Los Angeles. Um, it's a great way for me to show volunteer work while I can experience firsthand firefighting. It allows me to learn, train with firefighters, and I know that LA City responds to brush fires as well. So to have that experience on me is going to make me more useful and versatile, and I think it's going to be helpful for the Los Angeles City Fire Department.
Outstanding. That was a good answer. So we never answer questions simply, right? We don't say, "Oh, it's good. I love working for Crew 3."
Right.
No, it's another opportunity for you to sell yourself, which you just did. You told me how you like working for the city, you like doing brush. So you got even more points by
Mhm.
answering it the way you did. So good job,
Right.
bro.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I want you to tell me about a time that you helped a perfect stranger. what the situation was and what happened?
Yes, sir. One time I recall helping someone was two houses down, a neighbor. We've never spoke before, never really met, and but she had speaking with a neighbor that was in between us. Uh, the neighbor in between us had noticed that there was a rainstorm that night that brought a tree down, blocking her driveway. And since I never met her, I never realized it was a problem. But she's elderly and doesn't go out as much and can't really do much on her own. So our neighbor came to our help, knowing that my dad was a firefighter. He knew that we had a chainsaw in our garage, and me and my dad went out to go help the lady and cut down the tree to little pieces. We were able to move it all and clear the driveway for her if she was able to get out. Which was great because even though I never met this person before, I knew that she was in need of help, and it was a good feeling to have gone out and help her, knowing that she could have easily been stuck in if we didn't do that for her. It was great for me to use the chainsaw. I got experience using the chainsaw, which I've never done before, and it's just it just knows that that's how it's going to be in the fire service. You're going to have to use your training to help serve the citizens of Los Angeles in any way, whether a tree falls down, whether you're responding to a fire, or whether it's a medical emergency. And I think that was a great experience for me, and I would love to continue to do that.
Okay, good. So a couple things I would recommend in that, which everything sounded good, but what jumped out to me is you said my dad is a firefighter, and that's great. I know you're extremely proud of that, and I'm really glad that your dad is a firefighter too. But it when you mention like things like with my dad or my dad helped me, I see
Right.
you as a kid, right?
Got it.
Where if you take that out of the situation, like, hey, I have a chainsaw in my garage.
Mhm.
So what I did was, being that I have chainsaw experience, right? Because you just told me that you're in the brush, you're part of crew 3, and now you're telling me that you never used a chainsaw before. It's kind of like contradicting, right?
Right.
So I don't need to know that. So kind
Mhm.
of,
Got
even
it.
if that was your first time, leave it out.
Got it.
So just leave out your dad, leave out never using a chainsaw before, and then just kind of go back. And if you rework that, elderly lady in my neighborhood, tree fell down in blocking her driveway. So what I did was I grabbed the chainsaw out of my garage, I chopped it a little bit of
Mhm.
little pieces. I even made them small enough so they can be used as firewood, and I set them on the curb. All the other neighbors enjoyed the firewood. They came and picked it up throughout the day. I currently talk to that neighbor on a consistent daily basis now, where we never talked before, and
Yeah.
our relationship is growing strong. It brings the neighborhood together. So you start
Mhm.
bringing all these positive things into this question. You see how I'll just keep making it better and better, right?
Mhm.
And then as a firefighter for the city of Los Angeles, um, we serve perfect strangers on a daily basis. Like your bridge was really good, but don't forget, like the whole point is, you're going to serve strangers, people you don't know, and you're very comfortable interacting with people that you don't know, because all you want to do is help. That's what you said, right? You love helping. So
Right.
those are the only things I would change on that. Okay,
Got it.
that was really good, bro. And I'm talking like I don't want to. I'm talking you're going from a 90 to 100 by changing those things. So the answer was really good. But if you want to go over the top and make it 100, I
Right.
think those would be some good things to change.
Got it. Yes, sir.
All right. I want you to tell me about a time that you invented something, what it was and how it helped you.
Could you repeat the question, sir?
Good, good. I want you to tell me about a time you invented something, what it was and how it helped you.
Sir, I would say that one time where I invented something was when I was at my current employment at McCormick Ambulance. We were responding to a welfare call. We responded to a house that was pretty much boarded up the whole way, no way in and out. There was nothing really much we could do. Um, the firefighters were looking around. Me and my partner were looking around, and we were able to find a way to enter the building and found the patient. Inside the house was way too many obstructions in the way. We couldn't really get a way out to get her to the gurney. So what we had to do, instead of just having to pick her up and carry her, there were so many like tight corners and boxes in the way that we had to set up a chain link where we were able to pass the patient over and get us onto safely to the gurney. And it was important to have that thought where we're able to, take what we got. We know we can't do that, but we know we're all strong enough to take it aside and move the patient over and to get around it. Because as a LA City firefighter, you can respond to calls where it's not all black and white. You're gonna have to do some outside thinking, and you're gonna have to use tools in different ways that you may have not been designed for. And yes, sir, it's very important to have that knowledge of that, being able to adapt on the spot.
Okay, good. That was pretty good. Okay, so let's just rework this just a little bit because that I'm telling you, that's like a 90% question answer right there. So that's really good. But the whole point of like these interviews is you really want to enhance yourself, right? So making a chain link, that's kind of like a team project, right? I want to see your personal ingenuity. I want to see your personal skill set. I want to see specifically how you thought outside the box, right? So let's just say that's the same scenario, right? You show up to a welfare. Welfare, does that mean like, what does welfare mean? Because, in your interview, you're going to have a captain who's going to know what a welfare check is. And then you're going to have somebody from personnel who may think that welfare might not know what welfare is. So what's a welfare check?
Uh, sure, a welfare check is just checking in on somebody, making sure that everything's good, that they haven't been around recently. So just to make sure that everything's good with them and they're living well.
Cool. So just kind of quick explanation. So
Right.
working for an ambulance company, we had a welfare check. A welfare check is that maybe a family member or a friend is concerned about someone, they haven't heard from them in a while. So what we did was we conducted this welfare check. The house was boarded up. There was a lot of clutter everywhere, and this person had fallen and couldn't get up. They were stuck in the back of the house. We made entry, and what I did was because this person was heavy, and it was just me and my partner. We were unable to move this person by ourselves. But because there was boxes everywhere, what I did was I grabbed a cardboard box, and I put this person on a box, and I created a patient slide, right? So by using this box underneath the patient, we were able to move the patient smoothly across the carpet floor without causing any damage or any harm to the patient until we were able to get to the front door where we were able to get more assistance from the fire department. They came and helped us load the patient onto the gurney. And this is just one of many ways that I have been able to think outside the box, throughout my experiences. I know on a daily basis as a firefighter, you're going to be presented with many different situations and circumstances. There is not always one tool that is right for every job. It's our job to think outside the box because when people call 911, they have a problem, and our job is to help them overcome that situation. So I've been adapting and overcoming my entire life, and this is something that I'll do for the Los Angeles Fire Department. So basically the same stuff you said, I just added a few more details to make it like how I am a thinker, like how I was able to adapt and overcome that situation. You're the quarterback, right? I want you to be the quarterback of this and really take control. Okay. And these are just suggestions from me. Like you don't necessarily have to use exactly what I'm saying. But if you have nothing else, I would probably just use a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool, man. Okay, let's move on. I want you to tell me about a time that you had to make a split-second decision, what the decision was, and what was the outcome.
Sir, a time where I had to make a split-second decision was when I was at my current employment at McCormick Ambulance.
Okay, hold on really quick. So there's all the questions I've been asking you, like you have to have a lead on, I would say on the majority of these questions, you should have a lead, right? So let's go back to the diversity. Okay, I understand LA City is one of the most densely populated cities in the world. People come here on vacation with over 4 million. You know what I'm saying? Like I give you like an intro to it, right? When I ask you about a time helping a perfect stranger, an intro is I enjoy helping people. A time that I can think of is this. So each time I asked you something, you kind of got right into it. Okay.
Right.
You say each time you go, sir, I can think of this, and then you get into it. Have some kind of a lead, and it's gonna really it'll really give you a few more points, and I'll show you why in a couple more questions from now. But if you have some kind of a lead, so like I understand firefighters make split-second decisions on a daily basis, and this can be the cause and effect here can be life and death, right? So now I understand that you understand how important some of our decisions are, and why we have to always be on top of our game. Okay, so try to think of having some kind of an intro.
Got it.
So let's
Sure,
just
sir.
start over real quick.
All right.
I want you to tell me about a time that you made a split-second decision, what that decision was, and what was the outcome.
Yes, sir. I know that firefighters have to respond to 911 calls, whether that could be in the morning or night, and they have to make sure to be on top of it no matter what time of the day it is or how tired they could be. And I've demonstrated that before. One time working at McCormick Ambulance, we had just responded to a medical call, and we were transporting the patient to the hospital. On the way to the hospital was the same way as the fire station for the firefighters, so they were in front of us. When they were pulling into their station, a motorcycle tried swerving around them, and they accidentally crashed on impact. So the motorcycle was injured. The firefighters all stopped. It became a whole incident. While doing so, knowing that I was still transporting a patient, I just stayed at the moment for the light, kind of just stayed there, and then saw that there was still oncoming traffic coming onto the way from the other side, and it was getting in the way of the firefighters, making it a bit more dangerous. So instead of just waiting, I put my lights on, went across the street, and blocked off the oncoming traffic for the firefighters to have a more safe and secure scene. While doing so, I notified my partner of the situation and told him to stay with our patient, who was in good care, good condition, and I told him to monitor the patient as well while I was assisting. I assisted the firefighters outside with the patient that was just in the incident in the car crash, and I helped them as much as I could until the other firefighters were able to come and block off the oncoming traffic. And I knew that it was important to do that because it was for the safety of the firefighter, for the safety of the patient, and I know that for firefighters, it's very important to have that split decision because it's important to be able to adapt on any incident because anything can happen and anything could go wrong that could depend on our lives.
Good, man. That was really good. Because if you didn't act, it would have hurt the firefighters. So that was really good. I would stay with that. That's really good. But you see how like um by having that little intro, just one or two like sentences of firefighters make split-second decisions every day. This is something I'm prepared to do. Let me tell you about a time I did it.
So,
Boom. You know what I mean?
mm,
So that was really good,
so
bro. Stay with that. That's 100%er.
perfect.
Okay. I want you to tell me, what is one characteristic that is probably most important in being a firefighter?
Could you repeat the question, sir?
Yeah, if you had to pick one characteristic, what would you say is the most important for being a firefighter?
Sir, there are many qualities that it takes to become a firefighter. There are many different firefighters that have different qualities that make them great. I think a quality that all firefighters have that really make them stand out is professionalism. I know professionalism is one of the core values here at the Los Angeles City Fire Department, and it's very important to stay professional because responding to incidents can be very hectic and serious. It's important to stay professional and to do the job. I know my current job, I respond to incidents where it could be a full cardiac arrest where someone's in distress and then families there having to see their family member or friend in danger. So it's important to stay professional and to make sure that they're calm so that they know that we're going to do our job and do our best to provide the best care possible to that person and to hopefully help the family feel more at ease with the situation going at hand.
Okay, that wasn't bad. So I think what would really hit home on that one, okay, like I told you, have an intro, right? And you did pretty good. You said, firefighters have many characteristics, which is perfect. But so I want you to tell me how this makes you feel, right? Okay, let's just say we're talking about crew three, right? And I'm trying to get a job. You're a crew three leader, and I'm a new guy trying to get a job at crew three. And you're saying, hey, what are some of the what's the most important characteristic of members from crew three? I said, sir, members from crew three have um, a lot of important characteristics. I know that they are people of integrity. They are people of compassion, people that work hard, people that have great reputations. So I just told you all those things about you.
Mm.
So I'm basically telling you how great you are. So whoever I'm now, you can be like, oh yeah, this guy gets it. He knows how awesome we are. Cool. But if I had to pick one, sir, I'm gonna go with professionalism. Okay, cool. But why are you going with professionalism? Like, I want you to tell me what professionalism means to you.
Yes, sir. Professionalism just means that, you know, being able to set a standard for yourself and for everyone else, having to, you know, make sure that you look professional on scene, you know, be able to take charge, no matter how hectic the situation is, and you know, be able to stay calm and to do the job that needs to be done at hand.
Okay, let's go with to me, professionalism is um, appearance, service, and character. So let's just call it that. Okay. When it comes to your appearance, making sure that you're in the proper uniform and you look professional all the time. It is also your performance, keeping an outstanding professional level of customer service, treating everybody with the utmost respect. And then professionalism is also, you can say, you can use whatever you want, but you're kind of giving examples of professional. What I would say is controlling your emotions, understanding that on the EMS calls that I go to in my current job, that I see some of the saddest things that anyone should ever have to see. Being able to hold back tears, being able to show compassion, being able to show gratitude has made me a true professional. So now you see, like, just giving the example of what professionalism is to me. I just
Mm.
told you from uniforms to the seeing the ugly side of this EMS stuff, seeing the ugly side of fires, right? You're able to keep it all together. Why? Because that's what is required of Los Angeles Fire Department probationary members. They need to be professionals at all times. We are there to provide a service and not only provide service, but excellent customer service. And that's what I'm prepared to do. That's what I've been preparing to do up to this point. Okay, so like I would just throw in like make sure, and it doesn't have to be professionalism. You could be integrity. I would
Okay.
say integrity, sir. What integrity means to me is doing the right thing when no one's looking. You know, making sure that our reputation is of utmost respect. When people call 911, the fire department as general has the trust of the public. So like I just gave you examples of whatever word you use, whatever characteristic it is. Tell me what that means to you. Okay.
Got it.
All right. Cool. Okay. Let's see. We'll move on. I want you to tell me about a time. Let me think. We've gone over diversity. We've gone over characteristics. We've gone over perfect stranger. Um, I think that's it. Let me check my little cheat sheet. See if I'm missing anything.
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure you're covered. Um, that's all I could think of right now.
Sure, sir.
Okay, that concludes our interview. Is there anything you would like to add at this point?
Yes, sir. I would just like to say I want to thank you again for the opportunity. Me and my family are very grateful for it, and I just want to say that I know that my experience as a LAFD cadet, Your Honor graduate, Crew 3 member, and 911 experience has really helped show me what it takes to protect the community and to become a firefighter. And I'm ready to serve the citizens of Los Angeles if I can be a part of it.
Thank you. My name is Adrian Puga. You have a great day.
Thank you, my name is Adrian.
All right.
Yes,
That was
sir.
good, man. Short and sweet, to the point. Good, man. I would stick with everything we talked about
Mhm.
and try to, yeah, I mean, your interview is perfect, dude. I think if you would have gave me all the answers that you had, you would have passed.
Yeah.
But we're not looking to pass. We're looking to crush this thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you get 100, you may get into the next academy. If you get a 90, you may get in next year. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you want to do as well as you possibly can and get on that truck as soon as you can, right?
Sir, sir.
Cool, man. If you want to give it a final shot before your actual day, let me know. Um,
Yeah.
and I know that you've probably been to your dad's stations and you probably rode along and stuff like that, but I would get out and go to other stations, and it's a whole nother pressure when people are asking you questions in front of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I would do another station visit and maybe somewhere your dad doesn't work and just talk in front of strangers.
Okay.
All right.
Sir.
Cool, man. Outstanding. Keep up the good work. You have my number. You have my email. If you need anything, you want to go over it again, shoot me a text and we'll get it done. Okay.
Can I ask you a quick question, sir?
Yeah. What's up, man?
I just want to double check. So, sometimes I get my mouth gets a little dry, so I have this water bottle. Was that distracting? Can I have a water bottle during the interview? Would you say no?
No, no, you can have a water bottle. You can have a
Okay.
water bottle. I would just, if you don't have to do it, don't do it. But if you do, find a good time, like in between questions, like after they ask you, after you answer a question, a lot of times they'll start grading. And if they start grading, just take a drink real quick and put it down. I would have the cap off out of sight, just so you're not like unscrewing it, drinking it, screwing it back. You know what I'm saying? So I would just set it off to the side and, and then it's done real quick, you know?
Yeah. That's
All right.
pretty much all. Yep. Sounds good.
Cool, man. All right. Hit me up if you need anything. All right, bro?
Yes, sir. Will do. I
All
really
right.
appreciate the help today.
No, no problem, man. You're doing great.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, dude. Talk to you later.
Good one, sir.
Bye.